So did y'all see Scandal last night?
Olivia kind of is forgetting that she too was a side chick. So some of her commentary to Millie, I was highly confused. But the writing was impeccable. But that part is just, that's the first time that I'm like, oh, I really don't like Liv. Like, because you have amnesia all of a sudden. So
we don't really ride for her like that. It's more so the other characters who are more engaging, because she really was a hypocrite. And I love that Andrew told her, he was like, glass houses, Olivia. Like, don't come at me. You're out here doing the exact same thing. Right. And even Fitz, I was surprised that Fitz reacted so strongly when he heard that Mellie was sleeping with Andrew and went in there and punched him in the face.
That pissed me off because of just how the audacity of being like, you ruined our marriage, Mellie. You ruined it when you pushed me away and you wouldn't let me touch you for 10 years. I just wanted to scream at the TV, which I texted you, which was like, dude, if she don't tell him that his daddy is like a freaking perv and he ruined their marriage, like, because I already can't stand Fitz.
Right.
And to me, it was just like, girl, you got to tell him. Because I would have told him, like, the minute he said something crazy, and I would have brought it up every other time. I would have brought it up every other time. Be like, so you gonna leave me? You gonna leave me? Your daddy raped me, don't you remember that?
Don't you remember that? Hell no.
Be arguing about something random. You're not gonna go get no more detergent. You're not gonna get it, your daddy raped. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that. But I definitely wouldn't hold it in like that. You could tell she just wanted to scream.
The part that stood out the most was her mother telling her that she was the help, and she didn't even know it. And I was like, dang. And then the way the episode unfolded with him screaming at her like, I'm talking to my wife, and her just having to leave the room like a maid or like, a servant. Girl, it was crazy. And then at the end they had her like handing the baby to the mother. I was like, oh, they're trying to play on all type of stereotypes. Did y'all see the Wendy Williams and Evelyn beef?
Absolutely. I heard about it.
Yeah, so Wendy Williams called Evelyn's baby a cash register. Baby fresh out the womb, she called him a cash register. And, Wendy's always coming for somebody, but I thought it was interesting this time that Evelyn fired back. Evelyn was basically like, don't come for me, and I was gonna open up a shoe store in LA like you told me to, so your husband can go buy shoes for some other woman like he did before.
And I know people are probably gonna get here and be like, but this is Wendy. I don't understand the whole defense of like the way that she talks.
Right.
Because everything is so mean. If you were angering like the reality TV stars, like who's gonna show up on your show eventually?
Right.
I liked her response because I felt like you've been in the cut, minding your business, getting pregnant. You have like trying to develop this relationship, and then now here she come trying to set you back 10 years. So I liked her.
Right, because she could have rolled up to the studio. She's in New York. Yeah.
You guys know I do like Wendy. I am a fan of Wendy.
No, I didn't know that.
But I mean, you can't really argue with somebody calling a baby a cash register, and you can put as many JKs behind it as you want, but it's not gonna go over well. And I think at this point, I don't even think she can be mad at Evelyn's response, because I think at this point, if you get that messy, you have to kind of expect to get messy back.
All right, so did y'all see, well, we didn't see it yet, but did y'all hear about Portia and Kenya fighting at the taping of the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion? And what do you think about it? Personally, my first reaction was just to laugh. Like,
you like, I don't care what you thought, let me tell you. Let me tell you how I felt about it. It was hilarious.
Let me say this. Like, I don't feel like you should ever have to put your hands on anybody. Right. And, Kenya is, like, she staked her claim on being someone who, like, incites people to get upset. So, know she was trying to play on your emotions. And I think, really honestly, if Portia was being the bigger woman, she would have cut her down maybe in a different way, but not like have jumped on her. But the way the reports are claiming, they're like, she was pulling her hair, she was going in. They said, and I quote, like, she beat the mess out of her. Like, it was just crazy.
I feel like when a lot of petty things build up to a certain extent, someone is going to snap and beat the mess out of you. And I don't necessarily feel bad for Kenya, because just like, honestly, just like how Tamar said yesterday, to all the Kenyas of the world, like, you always try it, and you're gonna mess with the wrong person, and something's going to happen with you, because she always tries to, she plays on the fact that Phaedra and Apollo have, like, a rift in their marriage, so she plays on that. She plays on the fact that Portia is going through, like, a heartbreaking divorce, regardless of what the real facts are. You know, like,
Yeah.
she always just plays on people's hurt because she is still hurting because of her mother and the lack of relationship she has with her dad.
So according to the reports, she brought in sex toys and was like taunting Portia with the sex toys. Like, I know you need these because you and Cordell weren't doing anything. You were just his beard and he was into men, so I know you need these sex toys in your life.
I can't imagine, like, you know, all of us are in our 20s. I can't imagine being 20 years from now being like, if I hear something about you, Veronica, like, that's so, no, seriously, like, that's so petty.
Yeah.
Near 50 and you're doing that? It's crazy.
Because let's face it, like, Nene is controversial in the sense that she's, you know, she has the attitude, she throws the shade and everything like that, but she can only go but so far because she's a brand. So she can't wallow in the mess.
Right.
The way that Kenya can wallow in the mess, you know, and not really have anything to worry about.
It's like, you don't have to like shuck and jive to the absolute utmost power to do that. Like, you don't have to be that mean. Like, literally every confessional she has is like a personal attack on someone's size, on someone looking like a man, on someone being stupid. She's pretty, she's smart, but she's a miserable person. And that's all you get when you look at Kenya, when you watch the show. There she go, miserable. There she go talking about somebody else's marriage, miserable. There she go trying to mess with or talk to Apollo, miserable. Like, that ain't your man.
Right, leave it alone.
There you go, trying to like sniff Nene's butt and make her your best friend, even though you're like kind of trying to make her your enemy at the same time. Miserable. Like, who spends time creating events for people that they don't like, and then being like, I want you to see, I gave you this special room on this trip. Like, you're like a psycho. She's miserable, D. And it's like, it's sad because I literally like, Nene gets on my last nerve, but Kenya bothers me to a point that's not even on my nerves, just a sadness.